Hello and welcome back everybody to the MK Mobile Podcast, episode number, we're just going to call this episode number 7.1 because we're basically going to do a recap on the episode I just dropped with Senior Designer Mick Pack for MK Mobile. And first of all, huge shout out. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but seriously, huge shout out to Mick and everybody else on his team that helped put all that together. It was a long time coming, and I'm glad we finally did it because it was so fun. It was so fun. Secondly, huge shout out to all of you that listened to it and supported it and all the positive feedback that I got from it, because it's good to know that what I'm doing is making an impact in the community around Mortal Kombat Mobile. So, and it seems like everyone liked that. So expect way more of that in the future. But I wanted to do a recap on this last one because there was a bunch of things that Mick kind of alluded to. A couple things that we do know for sure, but then a couple things that were left in the air and left to the community, you and me, to try to figure out what that might be. So let's get started right into this episode right now with what we know for sure. And that is, obviously, the Sorcerer's Tower is coming. So that is a fact. I should also say that a lot of these things that were dropped, a lot of these things that they are referring to possibly this upcoming update and then future updates as well. So be prepared for that, because he didn't just give us information about this update. It's about future updates as well, which was awesome. So, but what we do know for sure is Sorcerer's Tower is coming. It looks amazing. Got the colors in there. Just looks good. The artists over at NetherRealm are amazing, top notch. So we do know that for sure. Another thing that we know for sure is that Shang Tsung is getting his brutality, a brutality, which means he gets his own gear. So he obviously has a Shang Tsung stone already, but that's not even in the picture anymore. He's getting 2 new pieces of equipment to allow him to do that brutality. And he's getting his fatal blow, which I have right here keyed up. So obviously, if you're just listening to this on iTunes or Spotify, you're not going to be able to see this, but check it out if you get a chance. Go to YouTube, check this out. But yeah, it's the different ninjas. You got Scorpion, Noob Saibot, and I believe he turns into... Oh, I thought he turned into Ermac there. But anyways, cannot wait for that. I know that was like a big push from the community to see him get his actual fatal blow from the game. So pretty excited to see that. That is awesome. Now, as far as his brutalities go, there are plenty to choose from the game. There's obviously the classic. Again, if you're just listening, I'm showing an image of Shang Tsung just uppercutting the head off of Spawn. I don't think they're going to go that route. I think that's kind of an easy one. I think they're going to go more this route with a fatality like this, where he is stealing the soul, stealing the essence, just like back in the good old days with when he arrived in the game. Drains all the life out of the opponent. That's where I think they're going to go with it. Now, could be wrong on that, but those are some options. So, like I said, those are the things we know are certain. Now, this is what's kind of left up in the air for us to figure out. New characters. The first one, okay, hold up. Before we start, everybody, we are now getting into the prediction zone. So that means these are all predictions. I had no inside knowledge of any of this. This is all me and my crazy brain trying to think of what would be cool and what Mick was alluding to coming to the game. So just let you know, the prediction zone is now in full effect, okay? And also, if you're new to this channel, my predictions, I have a track history of failure for predicting the right characters. So also keep that in mind, because, yeah, we're going to get into that. But anyways, check this out. So new characters. So he did drop a couple clues. The first character said he synergizes, or the character synergizes really well with an often talked about group of characters. Now, to me, originally, I thought possibly that could be the classic characters, because... I don't know. I feel like classic characters are often talked about in groups. I also thought that it could possibly be like Elder Gods, and because those are another often talked about group of characters, and I do feel like they're kind of underrepresented in the game. There's just not a lot of them, so it'd be nice to see one. So one of the characters that I was thinking could be possibly like a classic Quan Chi, as far as for the classics, and then for Elder Gods, possibly like a Chronica, which might be a far-fetch. Fujin, which I could totally see. He's super marketable. Could see him being out of the game. He's a fan favorite as well. and possibly even a corrupted Shinnok. Now, I think corrupted Shinnok came in third on that poll that they did when they asked the community who they want to see next in the game. So very possible. How freaking badass would that be to have a Shinnok roll in, and then at some point you morph him into corrupted Shinnok? That would be freaking awesome, in my opinion. Huh?
It'd probably be the most awesome thing you've ever seen, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be freaking awesome.
Probably more awesome than this puny podcast you're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Oh,
want
really? You want? Okay, hold on. I'm coming down there right now. I'll be right down.
Okay.
Fatality.
Whew, sorry about that. Had to take care of some business, if you know what I mean. That was, he had it coming. What can I say? Anyways, if you're just listening, you just missed probably the most epic battle ever to take place in Mortal Kombat, the game. Yeah, I basically just ripped the head off of Corrupted Shinnok, but you missed it. Anyways, check this out. So, those are some of the characters that I thought maybe Mick was referring to, but I think who he's really referring to is probably the Kombat Cup characters. So we got Kombat Cup Jenny Cage, Kombat Cup Sonya Blade. I think they're going to add a third character. And he did also kind of use some language early on in the podcast when he started talking about the clues and the tidbits, where he used combat pitch, training his leg. Now, I think he was referring to Shang Tsung at that point, but who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I think we could probably, there's a chance we might see Cassie added to that, or possibly Liu Kang. So that's who I think. Now, I would like to hear what your guesses are, so leave them in the comments if you're just watching this, or if you're listening, head to my Twitter page or my YouTube channel and leave them in the comments, because I would love to hear who you think he's referring to. Now, on to the next little piece of information he dropped. It's another new character, and he basically said it's never playable in the game, but technically has appeared in the game. Now, I think he's talking about MK Mobile. I don't think he's talking about Mortal Kombat in general, like the game itself. So in the game MK Mobile, you got quest mode. And in quest mode, there are a ton of different characters like mentioned. Probably like almost 100, maybe more. I don't think we're going that deep. I think what he's referring to is what you're seeing right here in the background. And obviously I'm watching a fight on the pitch stage. And in the background you have Blaze and Rain duking it out. Now, I don't think we're talking about Blaze here. I don't think they're going to add a new character that OP. Blaze would probably need his own tier, own class. He's too powerful for a diamond class, in my opinion. I think who we're talking about here is Rain. I think they're going to possibly add Rain into this game. So, it could be classic Rain and kind of tie in with the classic characters that I was mentioning before, or more likely probably MK11 Rain, just because he's more marketable. They can add his moves and his fatal blow. They can make him a diamond character, for that matter. So I think we're going to see MK11 Rain added as well. Now, those are my guesses. Like I said, I want to hear your guesses. Who do you think Mick was referring to? Leave them in the comments. If you're just listening, head to the YouTube channel or head to Twitter page and leave your comments there. I would love to know what you think it is. And that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. Other than I wanted to add one thing in. I'm going to start a new segment on these called Mortal Combard. Okay? Sorry, I'm still working on the name. It's basically the art of Mortal Kombat, okay? It's not the best. It's not the best name, but it works. You get it. And basically what it is just throwing shout-outs to those amazing artists out there that are doing artwork based around Mortal Kombat. So the first ever featured character or guest for Mortal Kombat is going to go to Gaime. Now, she is an artist, and I will show all her credits here, but just check out some of this amazing artwork she throws out. Just totally blows me away. Every time I see it, it's just amazing. So, shout out to you. Yeah, check her artwork out if you can. It's freaking awesome. So, with that, we are done. That's it. Let me know what you think in the comments on my YouTube or Twitter. And yeah, stay tuned because we're going to have more podcasts coming out and obviously more information as this update nears. So everybody, thank you so much once again for just watching this and listening to it and supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. And with that, everybody, thanks for watching, listening, and subscribing. Bye. Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the MK Mobile Podcast. The MK Mobile Podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube as well as follow me on Twitter at GameTime Gaming 1, where you'll find MK Mobile information, gameplay, and more.